What's up, Ape Nation? This is Clay from Finance News. We have a massive update for you today, but before we get into it, please smash that thumbs up button and hit subscribe. While you're down there, check out our description for a service called BlockFi. BlockFi is the easiest way for you to earn money with crypto. If you already have Bitcoin or Ethereum, don't keep it in Coinbase. Move it over to BlockFi so you can start earning up to 7.5% APY. Also, if you use my link in the description, you can get up to $250 in free Bitcoin for just signing up and making a deposit. Check it out, guys. Contrary to his statements to the Senate Banking Committee today, Federal Reserve Chair Powell has dangerously deregulated banks. Is the Fed gaslighting retail investors again? Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell's statements today before the Senate Banking Committee about deregulation during his tenure were incomplete and imprecise, if not inaccurate. When questioned about weakening bank capital requirements, the Fed stress test, and living wills, Chair Powell denied that this was even the case. Specifically, he said, "The severity of the stress test has very much been maintained," and "we did not weaken capital requirements for the largest banks." He also failed to answer a direct question about his weakening of the living will process. The stress test program has been seriously weakened by, among other things, the removal of two key components: the inclusion of dividend payouts and a growing balance sheet. The stress test program has been seriously weakened by, among other things, the removal of two key components: the inclusion of divided payouts and a growing balance sheet. The deregulatory changes to the stress test program not only distort the picture to the public of the resiliency of the banking sector to severe stress, but it also has dangerously lowered stress-based capital requirements for the country's largest banks. And they have lowered overall capital requirements for banks between $250 and $750 billion. Banks that are large and critical to the economy and the American public. Despite this, Chair Powell said that the current levels of capital and liquidity at the largest banks are right, and pointed to their ability to remain well capitalized and even raise capital over the pandemic. Those claims ignore two key facts. First, the only reason the banks had capital and liquidity in the first place is because they were forced to by regulators over the unrelenting lobbying of those same banks, as detailed in this report. Second, the trillions of dollars his own Fed has pumped into markets and the help to the economy provided by Congress bolstered bank balance sheets and allowed them to build the capital Chair Powell refers to. Ironically, that very capital is now being depleted because the Fed is allowing those very same banks to massively increase dividends and share buybacks. Moreover, the living will process has been weakened by, among other things, reducing the frequency of the submissions for the largest bank and eliminating the requirement entirely for others. Making large banks more resolvable is of critical importance, and the loss of momentum of the resolution planning regime is a considerable setback. Weakening capital requirements, stress tests, and living wills, among other deregulation under Powell's chairmanship, have made the financial system less safe and makes another crash and taxpayer bailouts more likely, as comprehensively detailed in this report. None of that is to say that Chair Powell should or should not be reappointed as chairman. However, his poor record on the deregulation of the banking industry must be considered as part of a searching and comprehensive examination of his entire performance as chair. Along with the Fed's response to the 2020 pandemic-caused financial crash, monetary policy, the climate, racial justice, and inequality crisis, and Fed's public transparency and accountability. Given that the Federal Reserve is, in key respects, the Supreme Court of financial and economic policymaking, to do otherwise would be a disservice to the American people and, in fact, the president himself. The more I look into the U.S. stock market, regulators, and private practice, the more disappointed I am in the system. When are we able to hold people accountable? Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Make sure to go down to the bottom of the page, tap that thumbs up button for me, and subscribe to the channel. And while you're down there, go get yourself some money by signing up for BlockFi. BlockFi is the easiest way for you to earn money with crypto. Using BlockFi, you can earn up to 7.5% in interest per year with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many more. Also guys, using our link in the description, you can get up to $250 in free Bitcoin for just signing up and making a deposit. Check it out. I'm Clay for Finance News. See you guys next time.